Sorry about that. I was trying something new and I forgot to change a button up. It was supposed to go to this studio, not that one. This one, not that one. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Hang on, I gotta adjust my microphone a little bit. Hang on. Doing new stuff here, hang on. Alright, test, not too loud. I should really close that, but my cat's laying in the door right now. Anyway, welcome back to this Jack. So, I actually have two cameras. This is usually the one I use for breaking the fourth wall, but my usual recording studio when I do coffee over gaming stuff is like that to where I normally sit. So I was like, you know what? Let's try starting this one in this position talking, and then when I get exhausted or need to show you all something on the computer, well, we'll transition over there, which means I'm also using a different microphone than normal. So, it might sound a little different. I'm sorry. Also, hi, Bankle. I can see chat. I'm wearing my contacts. They are behaving themselves, and I have chat blown up really big on my monitor so I can see it very well. It actually might be a little too big. I need to make sure, because people need big questions, I need to be able to read them. Anyway. How is everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm totally not stalling for time to let more people join in. Because, yes, this is technically kind of an impromptu stream. I'm not scheduled to stream on Thursdays here. I just felt like doing it. I am going to do a brief overview of what I understand is going on with the new Mr. Beast allegations, because a new video dropped like 2 o'clock this morning. And guess who was awake at 2 o'clock this morning? Not me. Well, no, I was. Because I've slept like 2 hours today. That's it. So, that's like probably the first thing. After that, I really don't know. Honestly. Most of the other thing I've got would be just me bitching about stuff. Some of it political, but I don't want to do that on this channel. So. Oh, I actually do have a couple things. We'll get to that in a minute, though. Alright. One of the cool things about me being on this one is I can do my flex. And y'all still can't tell shit, because one, the lighting sucks, too. Anyway, that's a little bit better. But y'all see it like in proportion to the rest of my body. I'm like really wide and shit. Anyway, not important. Alright. So, let's get rolling. I'm going to do a quick overview of what has already been said about the story with what's going on with Mr. Beast. Let's start from the top. Alright. It's the whole controversy with Mr. Beast started with the story of Chris Teigen, their friend. I can't remember the friend who is trans. I don't remember their name right now. I don't care. Turns out they may have been, I'm going to use the word allegedly, been a groomer. There's a lot of evidence, and I'm covering my ass by saying allegedly, but there is a shit ton of evidence, audio recordings, Discord chats, shit like that. They look like they were a groomer. So, and not to mention they were, let's say, paid fans of a very controversial artist by the name of Shadman. Don't look him up. Don't look him up. Like, even, like, you just don't look him up. It's not even like, hey, that's Rule 34, don't look it up. No, don't look him up. His shit is fucked up. I wish I didn't know who he is. The only reason I know who he is because of me fucking following the story. And I regret knowing who he is. Also, just his artwork pisses me off. Because I'm going to talk about one specific piece that Teague, whatever their name is. They had a picture. It was someone who was supposed to be underage, I'm guessing. Had a gun in their mouth, and it says, "Be patient with me. I'm autistic." And the reason why I'm mentioning this is not only because of the graphic nature of everything about it, but, and this was like something they hung up in their living room, by the way. It's the I get annoyed as hell with people using autistic in the place of calling someone stupid. Like, that's what it feels like they were doing with that. Because some of my closest friends are autistic, and they're some of the smartest fuckers I know. Like, you get them on the topic they know, no one can touch them. They know more than anyone else in the world. Einstein would stand back and go, "Damn, motherfucker, do you do anything else?" But anyway, that's off topic. So yeah, so that's what started this avalanche. It's like, okay, well, how's Mr. Beast going to respond to this? All right, Dogpack404 released his first video, and at first it's a lot of innocuous stuff. You're like, all right, whatever. The first video was, okay, he fakes a lot of his videos, or he doesn't present all the information accurately in his videos. By the way, if I get a little loopy, I am sick, so I do apologize for that. but he doesn't present all the information real. Like, he's already been busted using CGI before, but a previous Dogpack who used to work for him actually went through and said, this was CGI, this was CGI, this was CGI, this is a lie, this is a lie, this is a lie. You know, he went through and broke down a lot of things. Some things are like, okay, whatever, I don't care. Now, the reason why the first video was like, all right, cool story, bro. What else you got? Because Mr. Beast faking videos and possibly rigging games, because that was another side of it. Like, rigging games, like, okay, still bad taste in the mouth, but still, whatever. The guy has done a shit ton for charity. Like, okay, cool story, bro. All right, the second part comes out, and it's revealed not only does he rig the games, a lot of times that the people who do win are people that he already knows anyway personally, and additionally, the illusion that he's a philanthropist, he donates to people, he takes, does a lot for charity, is actually a calculated, I'm sorry, I can't close the door because of my cat, is a calculated maneuver so that people say exactly that. Well, he can't be a bad guy, he donates to charity. So, there you go. It's a calculated thing. So it's like, okay, I can see that. I believe that. I know that is possible. Now, that second video also addresses that, and it shows an instance of his calculating more sadistic side. Whittle, Jacob Whittle, whatever his name is, he worked for him. He's been on camera with him multiple times. And there was a video they were going to do. It's like, it was like 100 Days in Solitary Confinement. It's the original one, not the one that got released, but the original one where things just went to shit. And they basically just tortured the guy. Like, he didn't get sleep. They tried to make him run a marathon. It was just horrible shit. And their concern was not, he explains, like, the meeting coming out of it. Everybody else is like, okay, we're making sure you're okay. You're okay, right? And Mr. Beast was, please don't sue us. And didn't even give him the full amount. Like, to be honest, if I was Mr. Beast's shoes and shit had gone that bad, I would have pulled him out of it long before and said, hey, for your inconvenience, you stayed the full time. Here's the money. Because it's not like they couldn't afford it. So, by the way, watch his videos. Dogpack 404, he goes into much more depth. He does a much better job of explaining these things. I'm just giving you a brief overview. Internet Anarchist also does a good job. And I've also been watching, I forget the guy's name. Sorry, forgot how to breathe for a second. Alright, now the third video dropped early this morning. And a lot of this goes over my head, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I get vaguely what the accusations are, and this one involves a lot of essay. That's what I'm getting it down to, is assault of a adult nature, let's put it that way. So if you don't know what I mean by SA, there you go. There is I don't remember names, so I won't be able to say them, but apparently there is a gentleman who works there who is probably the biggest culprit, is what it looks like, and there's been a lot of hiding of what he does. But Dogpack 44 breaks down everything the guy does, and it is known within the company that he does these things because they keep shuffling him around. It's kind of like how the Catholic Church handles things, and yes, I know I'm doing a political joke here, and instead of like getting rid of the priest or the cleric or whatever, they go, hey, let's just move him to a new place. Same with police stations. There we go. Did my politics. Got that out of my system. So, and supposedly, like, and Dogpack 44 goes, like, no, he still works there now. They said he fired him recently. No, he still works there. So, well, once again, watch Dogpack 44. I would play some of it on stream, but I don't like doing Let's Reacts. And I also don't have a relationship with Dogpack 44, so I don't want to, like, I'm too small of a content creator to reach out to him, like, hey, is it okay if I show some of your video on my stream? I'm too small of a content creator, and I don't like just dropping in and going, hey, I'm playing somebody else's stuff. So, if you're wondering why you never see me do that, that's why. I got permission from Zulia the Witch to show her stuff. That's why you'll see me show her stuff frequently. There's like a handful of other permissions I have. Unless it's stuff of meme status, then I get away with it. But yeah, that's the Cliff Note version of what's going on with Mr. Beast up till this point. The new video dropped today, early this morning. I'll probably go back over it a couple more times until I understand it better. Then you might get next stream, you might have me go more in depth with it. We'll see. So, sorry for all the bad, depressing news stuff. Alright? Alright. Moving on to the next part. All right, I want to talk anime. I don't know how you feel about anime, but I want to talk anime. So there was a new anime I decided to watch called The Last Summoner. I don't know why it's called that. I legitimately don't know why it's called that. There's an epic fuck ton amount of summoners in there, and not all of them summon per se. It's kind of interesting. And like, it's first the initial concept seems like, okay, you can summon these spirits, and then it's like, you know, like a stand user or a Pokemon kind of situation. It's kind of like depending on how you use them. And then it kind of goes like beyond that. It goes bonkers. Like it goes really weird. And for those who don't know, Stan is JoJo Bizarre Adventure. The people who just stand behind them. You know, that's why they're called stands. Ugh. Anyway. So first episode, I already hated it. Like, I hated the main character. Like, I just legitimately hated the main character. Like, mind you, he gets a lot better, like, as the episodes go on, but in the first episode, he, like, I'm gonna, like, this is a spoiler for the first episode, so deal with it. First episode, accidentally summons a very gorgeous woman, who turns out to be a goddess, or a summon, whatever you want to call them, through a portal in his kitchen because he made a really good bowl of ramen, which is a cool concept. I find that hilarious, because, you know, you give food to a god to summon them. And as he goes to spill it, she transforms into this little tiny kid thing and catches it because that's her power saving mode, which is okay. It also probably cuts down on their animation thing. That's another thing. I don't care. And his reaction is he tries to get rid of her. He tries to literally throw her out the window a bunch of times. He tries to just get rid of her. It's like, not like, what the hell's going on? Please talk to me and explain what's going on. No, whatever, getting rid of her. And then he just goes to school and realizes no one else can see her. So either he's going crazy or there's something more going on. Instead of trying to address this and figure this out, he just goes to school, trying to ignore her as she's messing around with him to get him to talk to her. And to the point that when a girl actually tries to ask him out, giving him a love letter and everything, he screams at the summon, and the girl who gave him the love letter thinks she's being yelled at. That's the character in the first episode. I fucking wanted to, if I could kick him in the nuts through the screen, I would have. Fucking pissed me off. He does get better. You actually do find out he is a good person. I don't know why he was acting like a cunt in the first episode. Like, it does really, like, kind of hints that he's a good person because he, like, takes care of the stray cat, which has a bigger point to the plot, but I'm not going to get into that. But you kind of figure it's going to because it has, like, the crescent moon C from Sailor Moon in it. So you're like, there's something special about that cat. So, spoilers. So anyway, so the anime starts with, like, a light note at first, but it gets really serious really fast. Like, by episode 3 or 4, it's really serious. It's got some dark themes to it. And that's good. You know, like it's engaging, it pulls you in, has some interesting fight mechanics, and it has some light humor side to it. You know, just like on the edges. And then, like, the last 3 episodes become super nonsensical and unserious. It felt like a Hunter x Hunter episode, like the early Hunter x Hunter episodes. Like when he was still trying to become and I know that's how you're not supposed to say it, I don't care. Like when he was still trying to become a hunter, where Gon was. That's what it felt like. It felt like one of those episodes. Now, they actually do make a joke about that. Not going to lie. They actually do have, I'm not going to go into it, but they make a lot of other anime references throughout the whole thing and just various stuff like that. And it becomes super unserious, stupidly quick. And now, I can forgive that, but the season ends with nothing resolved. Not like, hey, here's a cliffhanger for the setup for the next season. Nothing is resolved. Literally nothing. Not a damn thing. No plot thread built up throughout the whole thing. No new piece of information is explained. Nothing. They're like, we're going to save it all for the next season of an anime that won't get a second season. By the way, this is a Chinese manga, or whatever the hell they're called. So, do I recommend The Last Summoner? Yes and no. If you can get past the first episode and it gets a second season, yes. Otherwise, stay the hell away from it. It's just going to annoy the hell out of you. It's got some cool concepts in it, but it kind of runs away from the concepts in a heartbeat. So it's like, what the hell's wrong with you? Ugh. Alright, there's a video I'm going to be working on. I should have already gotten it out because I had the concept and I've just been slacking on actually making the video. It's watch this anime if you want to cry, because this, like, I'm going to talk about it here, because I can't actually remember its name. Actually, I do remember its name. I think. I could go look it up, but I'm not going to. But anyway, like, I have to tell you, if you're going to watch it, trigger warning. Because if you haven't even the slightest bit of abandonment issues, it's going to hit you. You're going to want to cry. Because that's what this anime has to it. Like, almost the whole thing is this... it's in a fantasy environment. It's actually really cool. It's really well done. It's enjoyable. But the whole thing, it has this main character who's dealing with abandonment issues. And it fucking hurts. You constantly want to be like, I want to hug her. Please let me hug her. She needs a hug. Because it's like a little kid. But it's so well done. It's a great story. It's technically an isekai, but they did it in a very interesting way where she doesn't, like, the girl that got isekai'd in controls the person. Like, she's like, oh, I am now in this world. No, like, she's a voice in the back of the head of the character. So. Like, once again, once I start streaming, everybody starts pinging me. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but only when I stream do people want to talk to me. And I actually have to check what it is because it feels like it's important. So 1 second. Alright, that was very unprofessional of me, but a couple of the people that I could see that, because I can see the Discord, was pinging me. I just can't see what's written. We're kind of going through some stuff, and I need to make sure everything was okay. Yeah. So, thankfully, I don't think I'll be doing this too much longer, because I actually didn't have too much more I wanted to talk about. I covered the basis of what I wanted to do in the stream. My Thursday streams are never that long anyway. Plus, I am feeling under the weather. I'm just very good at masking when I'm sick or mentally disturbed. Because I'm always mentally disturbed. Let's see here. Is there any other thing I want to cover? Anything else? I'm going to get personal here. I would normally save this for the Jack Daedalus streams, which would be tomorrow. But I'm going to talk about it here too. And I doubt anyone's going to see this that cares, because I would have chased them away earlier with a political joke. So, for those who don't know, I'm a veteran, okay? Served in the Navy. So, the United States Navy, CTT2, I'm not going to use my real name, or my dead name, because I don't go by it anymore. But I was in the Navy, USS Fitzgerald. And, for those who don't know, I do not support Donald Trump. I do not like him, not in the slightest. I do not like him here, I do not like him there. I do not like him anywhere. And, so, with that part being said, so at Arlington, you are not supposed to bring your own photographers. You are also not supposed to do political events there. Donald Trump had apparently been invited by, and I don't know if he was invited or organized it and then said he was invited, I don't know which, by some members who were fans of his to the service for their dead son. And let's ignore the circumstances before this, because I'm going to get to this part first, then I'm going to go to the fucked up legal side of it. The picture of him at this thing, like his own photographers took, which is actually part of the problem, is him doing this. You know, like that stupid smile he does with a thumbs up. At a goddamn funeral. The fuck is wrong with you? So, we're going to ignore that part. Now here's the other part. You're not supposed to have campaign stuff at Arlington. That's not like saying, oh, it's unethical. No, it's against the law. You are not supposed to do political campaign events. You are not supposed to bring your own photographers. They have their own on staff and all that stuff. And apparently, like, someone who works at the graveyard was accosted. Like, straight up by people in Trump's staff, actually basically being described. You know, I wasn't there. But that he was physically accosted by them. I don't want to use the word assaulted. They may have just grabbed him and like, no, you're not stopping us, kind of thing. And that pisses me off. I don't care what what the family of the veteran said. I don't give a flying fuck. Because I just don't. I don't care that he's a former president. I don't care. I don't care. That is just fucking disrespectful, and it pisses me off. All right, got that out of my system. I just kind of wanted to bring that up. I know this is not my usual entertainment stuff. I just wanted to bring that up because that's more news on it. It came out today, and it was on my mind, and I had to get it out. So, anyway. All right, I know my Thursday streams are short. I don't have much to talk about because a lot of the animes I'm following, like, I'm watching Fatal Frame, okay? Today's episode. Good episode, don't get me wrong. Nothing happened. Big build up to nothing happening. Because, like, the previous episode was slight build up. This one, bit more build up. And then, hopefully, the next episode, something happens. I haven't been watching my dear friend Nokotan. Another one, the greatest sorcerer in the Demon Lord's army is a human. Not bad. The episode was good. Did some resolving stuff. You got to see the main character flex a bit. The ending of the episode was really intriguing. I'm looking forward to what it's going to be like because the Demon Lord showed up again. Let's see here. Wisteria of Wand and Swords. They did the resolution of the tournament, which was really well animated, really good, well done. I do enjoy it. I do like how they ended it, and it also like shows a lot more personality to the girl he's chasing after, effectively, who's up in the tower. You find out that all the time she's just sitting there all serene looking. No, she's actually asleep the whole time. Although there is some theories that she's not actually asleep, she's doing something else. Not going to say it because if it's true, then spoilers. Also, you get to see her be like really like entertaining about it too. Because so there's an ability that like ice users can do where they can make ice duplicates of themselves. And like the guy he's fighting at one point like has like 8 duplicates out, and he's like, "I'm amazing! I mastered this ability!" And he goes, "Yeah, the girl you're copying created that when she was 2, and he was able to have like 12 of them going at once, torturing me." And then you see her like, "Can I make?" It's like she looks like she's embarrassed that her friend lost, or she's sad because of how he lost, because he won that fight, but while he was fighting him, one of the other competitors goes, "I'm just gonna take this," and wins the competition. And it looks like she's embarrassed from that. And she's like, "No, everybody knows I used to torture him," or like that. She didn't mean it that way. She just wanted to play with him and all that stuff. So it's really adorable. It's really funny. I do recommend the Wisteria of Wand and Swords. It's good. It's enjoyable. It does have moments that annoy the hell out of me. It's usually just dumb pro tag stuff. All right. And I think and of course, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. The last episode was really good. Once again, no fightings in it. It's just a bunch of meeting episodes, but it was really well done. Really well animated. Love it. Did I see the last episode of I No Longer Belong in This World? I can't remember. Oh, the last one I'm going to bring up is why does no one remember me in this world? All right. So here's a pet peeve of mine that's been building. And I'm going to use Dragon Ball to explain this one. Hi, I'm Goku. That's my enemy charging up and about to transform into a new form. Let's let them do it. What I'm talking about is when you have the main character or his friends sitting there watching bad thing about to happen that is going to screw up everything they're doing, and they just stand there and watch. They're like, and nothing happens. Like, they don't stop it. Like, that happens like 3 times in the most recent episode where you're like, you know you could stop this, right? You know you could stop this, right? You see a thing that is bad about to happen, you could stop this. You have the power to do so. You have the skill to do so. And you've seen what they're doing before, or have an idea of what they're doing before, so why don't you do something? And that just annoys the hell out of me. But, still a good episode. I do have some other problems with it. Not going to get into that, though. Anyway, I'm going to run. People are yelling at me. See you on the next one.